What's going on, people? I am back. Where did I put? One second. I want to. I have been away because a few reasons. My phone, first off, my poor S10 has been. It's been through it. Look how. I don't know if you can see that massive crack there. It's been fucked up, and only the bottom half of the screen works sometimes. And I even tried to make videos with it, but didn't quite happen as good as I wanted to. See, I made a bunch of videos, but all from the same day too. But yeah, I tried to make videos, and didn't really work out, and it would be incredibly hard to upload it on a screen that only like less than half works. So, yeah, and I'm in my room right now too. Weird. Yeah, because I really wanted to talk about what's been going on with the whole Lloyd Evans thing. I only found out today. Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, real quick though. Yeah, haven't been able to make videos because of my phone and just a lot going on in life. Started a new job. It's incredibly stressful. A lot of learning, and then going straight into work, having to take that just a lot, and then just things going on at home, just a lot happening. A lot of good things too, a whole lot of good things, but then some bad. That's the balance of life, I guess, right? But but yeah, and I planned on making a video today too, which is so weird because I just happened to go on YouTube. Well, not happened to go on YouTube. I happened to come across on YouTube, not even what's exactly been going on, just with um Spirit Analyzer, his video, and it said, what was the title? I think it said ExJW Community in Crisis, and I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what happened? But yeah, what was I gonna say? Because he brings out his video, I think is the most important video out of every person's opinion that has been stated so far. Not that I don't think everybody's opinion is important. Of course it is. But I think he just brought up a very important, something that's very important that not many, I don't know if anybody else brought it up. I only watched like two other ones, not even fully all the way through, because I just wanted to know what's been happening. But shortly before I made this video, I was watching Fateful Slaves video because he was doing pretty much like a reaction to what Lloyd Evans said, and because Lloyd Evans took his video down. So yeah, and I only have a few things to say about it, as if it really matters, I guess, because I mean it's pretty crazy and disgusting what he's done. Yeah, let me just pause real quick. Yeah, it's just crazy what he's done. I took down a few notes from that video on my old shitty little old iPhone 6 here. I took down a few notes, just some things that really stood out. I didn't even watch that video all the way through because I think I just heard all I really needed to hear of Lloyd Evans' apology video, because that wasn't really an apology. It was just mostly a compilation of him making excuses for himself and blaming it on his sexual oppression and past trauma. But you know, anyways, so yeah, I wrote down sexual oppressions. So that's the thing that really, I'm gonna make a whole separate video on this, so I don't go into it too much in this one, on dealing with trauma and not healing from it, or at least not actively trying to heal from it, and bringing that into relationships. And because that's something that is kind of hit close to home with me recently, dealing with people. But yeah, but anyways, just a few things I want to address from that video, because it's the manipulation, and obviously what he did is gross and disgusting, and anybody who, because as it is, I just hate, like, I despise cheating as it is, And if you've ever been cheated on, I've been cheated on, and I'm sure a lot of other people have been, a lot of you have probably been cheated on too. Um, well, I don't know. I'm just assuming because I know a lot of people have been cheated on, and it's one of the most hurtful, one of the most hurtful things that can ever be done to you. Like imagine, like when the person you love, the person you put so much trust in, the person you're vulnerable with, the person who you've spent so much time connecting with and bonding with and forming such a strong bond and love for, cheats on you, goes behind your back, betrays you. It's hurtful. Like it's, to say the least, like it's so painful and hurtful to have somebody do that to you, and to have him, to have Lloyd Evans sit here and give me 1 second. To have Lloyd Evans make all these excuses for himself, like his sexual repression and how he has these sexual repression habits that are unhealthy, and using that as an excuse, his past trauma as an excuse to do what he did, is completely unacceptable. And yeah, it's unacceptable. It's gross and it's fucked up, and like doing that to somebody, I just hate it. I just hate it. I mean, that's really all I have to say about that whole aspect of it. Um, I guess one other thing I want to say about it, I guess, is that it's just very hypocritical of him to do what he did, especially since, as for me specifically, because the one thing, well, I'll say as a whole of the ex-Jehovah's Witness community, one thing we're all very much aware of is how the governing body has used, what's it called, donations to help cover up child sex abuse in general, and using that money to not even fight for the victims, but to fight for the abusers. And it's, you know, that's the one thing for me that like really drove me out of the organization, you know, with the whole Australian Royal Commission thing. So to see, you know, somebody like Lloyd Evans do what he did, because a lot of people donate to him, use his donations to, I wrote, using donations to get hookers in Thailand. Oh my God, to use his donations to fuck these hookers and cheat on his wife, essentially. Yeah, that's very fucked up. And for him, like I said, to use his trauma as an excuse to do what he did is manipulative. And this is what I want to get more into in a separate video, because I think it's very important, just as a whole, and especially with ex-Jehovah's Witnesses being, we're very vulnerable to those kinds of things, and there's a lot of potential to act that way too, and that's something I want to get into in a separate video, maybe after this one. But anyways, yeah, him just kind of going on, and not in a like a, and like how Fateful Slave mentioned in his video, in a very smug way about it too. Like that's why it wasn't really an apology video. It was like the way he went about it. How would I even describe it? Let me just pause this real quick. Just the way he went about it was very careless. Like it just seemed like he didn't care, and was very manipulative too. So yeah, and it's just pretty self-explanatory when it comes to what he did. It's gross, it's disgusting. The man cheated on his wife and tried to make a shit ton of excuses for doing what he did as if it's okay, which it's not. And another thing too is how it's kind of impacted the whole ex-Jehovah's Witness community, because this man was at the top. He was at the forefront of the ex-Jehovah's Witness community, um, helping people come out of the organization, helping Jehovah's Witnesses leave. And I was one of those people, you know? So it's just, the thing is like, I just hope it doesn't affect the people leaving. That's my biggest fear when it comes to the ExJW community as a whole. Because, you know, what he did, there's really no need to go on about that. Like I said, it's gross, it's disgusting, totally unacceptable, and manipulative, especially to not only his wife, but his, the people who very much listen to him like that, you know. Because I also wrote down here that I got from Faithful Slaves video, and he made a good point that people are starstruck by this man and idolize him. So it's like, you know, which is weird. I think that's very strange, especially like you're an ex-Jehovah's Witness activist, and to get that kind of like low-key celebrity status it's a bit strange. Like, people like to take pictures with you and get their book signed by you, which, you know, I can understand to an extent because, you know, he helped a lot of people wake up. But I don't know, it gets to a point where it just gets weird to me anyways. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about it. Not much more. Yeah, this one thing I want to mention too. I took my notes say, in quotes, total mastery over his penis. I'm laughing at it now because I'm just reading it. But honestly, like, that's really just the way he was trying to manipulate. Just so disgusting. And like I said before, the smug way he went about it too. Like, he's talking to one of the commenters who commented on his live stream, because it was like a live stream apology, I guess. Give me one second. One of the commenters did something along the lines of like, call him out for his cheating, and he was pretty much talking to the guy like, oh, guy who never makes mistakes, who apparently has total mastery over his penis, roughly what Lloyd Evans said to the guy. And that was where I cut off the video, cause dude, just because you don't have total mastery over your penis, as you put it, you can't control your fucking sexual desires, you have a sex addiction or whatever. Just because you're like that doesn't mean everybody else around you is like that. Every Jehovah's Witness who watches your video is also like that, who's dealt with sexual repression. I'm sure a lot of us out here can say, who have a girlfriend, a boyfriend, a husband, wife, wouldn't ever in a million years think of cheating on your partner, regardless if you were sexually repressed, you know. So that just really that upset me, because I hate, just as it is, I hate when people use all these different excuses and try to manipulate you as to why they fucked you up. And like I said, that's something I'm gonna get way more into in a separate video, because I think that's something very important to talk about, just as ExJW's Witnesses and just as a whole. Because, yeah. But anyways, I also want to mention what Spirit Analyzer talked about, because I love this dude's videos because he is like painfully neutral to everything that to everything, literally anything and everything. He tries to take the most neutral stance you could ever take on anything. And that's why I really like him. And he mentioned something very important that I kind of want to reiterate. As it is, just go watch his video when you get the chance. Spirit Analyzer is his YouTube name. And it's his latest video. But And you might have already seen it if you are subscribed to him. But he mentions how, and this is something I talked about in the past. There comes a point in our lives where, as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses, are we gonna move on from the trauma, or are we gonna keep on filling our minds with watchtower information constantly? Because this is something I personally went through, and obviously something he went through, and I'm sure plenty of other ex-Jehovah's Witnesses are currently going through or have gone through. And that's, let me get my thoughts together a little bit. And that's just constantly filling your mind with all of this watchtower content. Because, yeah, in the beginning, it's very important to get the facts, to reassure yourself, reassure your stance, know that the decision you made was the right decision to leave. What else was I gonna say? The healing of these videos and stuff. I'm just a little flustered, sorry, but yeah, that it's not a bad thing, obviously, to watch all the ex-Jehovah's Witness content and stuff, because, yeah, like I said, it's very healing. There's so much you can gain, and it's very reassuring that you made the right decision, and you have to reassure yourself that you made the right decision, and it's also part of the healing process, I feel like. But it gets to a point where when do you move on? When do you stop filling your mind with so much watchtower information? This is the thing you want to heal from and move on from, and that's a place I found myself at one point in time stuck in, because you're just filling your mind with so much negativity, so much bashing of the watchtower, so much of the thing you're trying to heal from. And I found that me eventually pulling away from it sped up my healing process a lot, and really, really helped me. And like I said, he goes more in depth on it, and he does a way better job of explaining it than me. So just watch his video. But it's a very good point that he brought up, and I think it goes along very well with this whole thing that happened, where it's like, if Lloyd Evans is somebody you idolize in this way or look up to or whatever he does, at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter. He did what he did. He's not immune to doing stupid shit, He's no greater than you or me. He's a human alike. So, yeah, and it's just, I really like how he brought out the point, how it's up to you and only you to heal and move on, and don't stay stuck in your traumas, and live your life. And that's really it. That's really all I have to say. But yeah, definitely check out his video. Like I said, his name is Spirit Analyzer. And like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you dislike it, and tell me why, and what are your thoughts on everything that's happened. I guess my concluding thoughts, it's disgusting, it's gross. I hate that he fucking cheated on his wife. What a shitty thing to do, and his attitude about it is absolutely horrendous and disgusting, and I can't even believe he put out a video of himself apologizing like that. And that's really all I have to say. Like, that's fucked up. I don't know what else to say. And what a shame. And I feel so bad for his wife and kid that they got to deal with that. But yeah, that's pretty much all I had to say. Like I said, like, dislike, Tell me why, and what are your thoughts? And sorry for the shitty camera quality, because I don't have my, well, I could use this, but it would just be such a pain. But it is what it is, and it's probably going to be backwards too. Everything is backwards, and I can't really, I don't know why I can't mirror on this one, but yeah, sorry about the shitty camera quality. And I'm going to try to be more consistent now that I want to do at least a video or two a week. That's my goal. And all of this has kind of made me want to be a bit more positive and focus more on the healing aspect of things. Yeah, because I feel like not even within the Jehovah's Witness community, just as a whole, a lot of people don't focus on themselves. A lot of people don't really take seriously that their past trauma needs work and healing constantly and consistently. You need to be healing yourself and all that jazz. And I just want to do more on that, and that's definitely what my next video is going to be on. I made one earlier about meditation. I don't know if I'm going to post that one. I'm going to check it out, see if I like it, but if not, I'll just make a new one. But yeah, that's all I really have to say. And how do you like my lights, by the way? I think they're dope as fuck. And my tapestry. The lights are actually behind the tapestry. But yeah, anyways. Peace out, guys, and I'm going to try to be more consistent.